You might have seen depictions of Buddhas in repose or various poses on the ancient murals of China's Dunhuang grottos. But what about the future, where some of these Buddhas are replaced by robots? That is a daring vision of Chinese painter Mi Qiaoming, whose creations are often sparked by traditional Chinese art, such as the Dunhuang murals and Peking opera. This might come as a surprise since she studied oil painting at the famous Rubin Academy in Russia. Call it the modern version of Journey to the West. This is a story of Mi Qiaoming.
During the Mid-Autumn Festival, Beijing's Mingshen Art Museum held the largest exhibition featuring Dunhuang art. In particular, some of the closed caves of Dunhuang, such as Cave 3, Cave 220, were put on display.
像这个配色，它是红绿对比，其实红绿是补色，但是它却运用了很协调。
Like this color pattern, red and green, as a pair of complementary colors, very classic. Mural patterns are particularly exquisite. This Buddha has a one kind of pattern, and it is a bit like peacock feathers, and looks like the waves of the sea around its head. I feel the craftsman had a great sense of design. You see the Buddha bent over and bent down. It's a creation rich of the living atmosphere. Scenes from daily life are also used in the creation of murals.
生活中的这些场景嘛，也是可以用在壁画的这些创作上。
There are over 45,000 square meters of murals in Dunhuang. In 2020, she launched the Future series, which allowed cutting-edge robots to travel through the ancient murals to have a spiritual dialogue across ancient and modern times.
这个呢是北凉时期的。
The Buddha statue is replaced with this robot, as if it's listening to the voice above. The robot is also depicted in accordance with the feeling of the murals, hoping to make the robot and these murals integrated.
壁画融为一体，而且可以引发大家的各种遐想。
In 2005, she went to the Rapin St. Petersburg State Academy Institute of Painting, Sculpture, and Architecture in Russia to adapt to the high-pressure environment as soon as possible. Mi Qiaoming devoted herself to creation and sometimes slept only 2 hours a night. At one point, she weighed only 35 kilograms. In 2012, she graduated with excellent score and decided to come back to China. The decision came after a trip to Russia's Hermitage Museum. 300 ancient art pieces from Dunhuang were presented in the prestigious museum. Mi was touched by the precious remains, and which prompted her to start her own creations on the Dunhuang series.
它的背景呢是敦煌壁画中北魏的降魔变。
It's a story of vanquishing demons, a famous story told in the Dunhuang murals. The noisy background offsets the tranquility of the Buddha. It's hard to imagine that these craftsmen 1,000 years ago turned a small desert oasis town into an art center.
Starting from the Dunhuang murals, Mi Qiaoming's works have also widely absorbed murals and painting techniques in some other minority ethnic groups. Her works have been exhibited in Dubai, Italy, and the United Nations headquarters in New York. Wherever she goes, she's always proud to share that her creative inspiration and patterns are from murals left by ancient Chinese painters thousands of years ago, which also encourages her to tell the story of China to the world with more exquisite oil painting techniques. Yang Yan, CGTN.